Wake up and smell the coffee, Mr. LaRusso.
Extreme situations require extreme measures.
Yeah, it's probably a bad idea. Yo guys, welcome back to Cobra Karate. Welcome back to a brand new video. Sorry for this lighting right now, but I'm going to be reviewing the Karate Kid Part 3. As you guys know, we are around 10 days. We're 8 days away from Cobra Kai Season 5. About a week away. And I've been rewatching all the Karate Kids. I just got done watching Karate Kid 3 last night. Amazing film. I actually watched it twice. I literally watched it. I was like, let's just watch it again. So I just love the film. So yeah, I'm gonna get into this film right now, so let's talk about it. Okay, so Karate Kid Part 3 is, of course, the third film of the franchise. It was released in 1989, and it is regarded a pretty bad film, has pretty bad Rotten Tomatoes, and it's not regarded as a good film, and I might have to agree. The plot is pretty bad, a little bit of the acting gets a little weird, and just a couple other random stuff, a little bit of bad plot writing and dialogue. But as a Karate Kid film, I can say this is a good film. I think there's a difference when you're a fan of the Karate Kid and you love these characters so much. I feel like there's a different, you watch it a different way. You know what I mean? Like, same as the Star Wars films. Like, I actually think that Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones are actually bad films. But as Star Wars movies, I think they're one of the best Star Wars films out. So I think there's a big difference. So as a Karate Kid film, I actually really love this film. I might even like it more than Karate Kid Part 2. I don't like it more than the original. But, like, the Karate Kid 2 and Karate Kid 3 go back and forth. I do think Karate Kid 2 is the better movie, but favorite, Karate Kid 2 and 3 will go back and forth. But Karate Kid Part 3, I'll just give the stuff that I do like and the stuff I do not really like. So I'll just give the stuff I do not like just to get it out of the way. First off, Daniel seems a little off this movie. He seems like really just like he just seems like way over the top. Like he gets really mad at stuff. He's really over the top. He's like pulling out Mr. Miyagi's tree. And, like, he's, like, it just seems like it doesn't feel like Daniel, this movie. And, I feel like it's doing some stuff that I don't think Daniel would do. Like, I don't think Daniel would care for the Valley as much, more than he, like, more care than Arnie, Mr. Miyagi, or not, like, betraying him. I feel like Daniel just didn't feel like Daniel this movie. And I know it still was, but it just felt a little weird. Another thing that was a little weird was the Jessica and Daniel relationship. It was really weird because it was, like, sort of a new girlfriend and sort of not, sort of, like, halfway. And it was, like, because, like, if you're going to make it just a friend, then make it just a friend. If you're going to make it just a girlfriend, then make it just a girl. I feel like they went sort of halfway, because there's actually, because I don't know, they feel like girlfriends, like they're doing all this stuff. I mean, not girlfriends. They feel like boyfriend and girlfriends. They feel like they're doing all this stuff, and it just seems really weird, and it just didn't fit well in the story. I don't think Jessica really fit well in the story. She was kind of an unnecessary character. And it also was, like, so, like, they basically just, like, the Karate Kid Part 2, he dates Allie. We totally forget about that character. Don't see in Karate Kid Part 2. And then Karate Kid Part 2, we have this new one, Komako. And then we just forget about that character. And now we're in Karate Kid Part 3. And what is really weird is, so yeah, Komako, she got like this place to dance or whatever, and then she couldn't take on the deal. But like, I guess they're still sort of dating, and then, you know, or I guess like it was just sort of like right after they necessarily like went to separate their ways, not break up. And then he like was trying to go on a date with Jessica like the day he gets back. It just seemed like a little weird, and just the plot in general was kind of bad. I mean, you know, John Kreese comes back. Now he has, like, this old, this one war buddy is coming back, and he's gonna, like, torture this kid, hire some karate bad boy. They're gonna find the All Valley. It just seems really weird. But when you put it all together with the characters, it is a little entertaining. So I'm gonna get the stuff I like now. First off, Mr. Miyagi was great this movie. Pam already did an insane acting thing. We actually went more into the Mr. Miyagi character. We realized he's lost about Daniel, and the scenes where like Daniel was like yelling at Mr. Miyagi was really emotional. I feel like Mr. Miyagi was done really, really well in this movie. He was done well in every movie, even the next Karate Kid. I feel like he was done well. A couple weird scenes in that movie, which we'll get to that in my next review, but he was done pretty well in that movie. And yeah, Mr. Miyagi was done really well. Secondly, I like that they brought John Kreese back. I thought that was really interesting, and I like how they made him more of this broken down person. I would want them to explore that more in the film, have be more broken down, like he lost students, and maybe feel a little sad for what he did. But I guess we do not see that side of John Kreese until Cobra Kai. Like, we see that in little season 2, a little bit of season 4, and I'm sure we're gonna see more in season 5. So, but in Karate Kid 3, he's just like we see him a little sad. I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. You can just see him go full evil again, and we actually don't see too much of John Kreese. He's just in Tahiti the whole time, which is okay. That's all right. But another thing was we on John Kreese, we didn't see him fight. I like in Karate Kid Part 1, we didn't see him fight at all. I was like, okay. Karate Part 2, we're like, all right, he's gonna fight Mr. Miyagi. He just he just punches like the glass and he gets honked on the nose. Okay, Karate Kid 3, we should definitely see some good fights with John Kreese. He starts to fight Mr. Miyagi. I'm like, all right, let's hope this is a fair fight. But I know Mr. Miyagi is insane, but like he just gets destroyed. It's like I want to see John Kreese have like a good fight because we didn't see him fight. We really just see him get knocked out. Even in Cobra Kai, we never really saw him fight. Besides that scene in Johnny, so like in season 5, that prison fight scene. That's why I freaked out when I watched because I'm so excited finally getting that John Kreese fight. Like that, we never really seen that John Kreese fight. That one huge epic fight. Besides that one, you could say in the flashbacks, but that wasn't really John Kreese. You know what I mean? That was a flashback, different actor and everything. So I want to see that awesome fight, and I'm a little disappointed we didn't see that in this movie. Another thing I loved though, it was Terry Silver. This is the highlight of the whole film. Now, Terry Silver may seem like a really over the top person, but that's what makes him enjoyable. And if you actually look more into it, it's not really not over the top. I feel like after Cobra Kai season 4, you look at the character different, and you look at the character like, okay, he was like on cocaine, he's sort of a broken down soldier, and he's psycho and he's evil, because he was evil. And I love this is my favorite villain of all time, because he doesn't attack people physically, he attacks them mentally. It's such an interesting character, and what they do with this character is so good. Thompson Griffin brings like so much energy to it, and each scene he's in, he just steals away the screen. And all his lines, like the freedies, devotion, desire, discipline, or like extreme situation, extreme measures, Quicksilver, man can't stand, he can't fight. All this iconic stuff, I love it, and it was done so well. Even the Daniel going to Cobra Kai seemed a little off, but I still loved all those scenes. Mike Barnes, Sean Kanan did amazing. I wish we saw more of Mike Barnes. But I still loved it, and Mike Barnes was amazing. He was so fun to watch. And these characters do seem over the top, don't have too much to them, but I think that's what makes it so fun to watch. We don't need to go too serious in it. Let's just enjoy these people as bad guys, and that's what they do. And then now that we're in Cobra Kai, now you can explore more of the character, what they did in Terry Silver in season 4. They explored that character. And season 5, I'm sure they're gonna explore the Mike Barnes character. And even since I interviewed Sean Kanan, just getting able to talk to him, and now I watch the film and see him, it's a really cool thing. So it's just like all this cool stuff I love about this film. And then just everything else, just a couple of other cool scenes, and a lot of cool stuff. And I feel like the film was done pretty well, and it was a fun film. I actually love rewatching. It's probably one of the most rewatchable films. Like I might actually rewatch this more than the original Karate Kid, even though I love the original Karate Kid. Probably I think it's far better than Karate Kid 3 and 2. But Karate Kid 3 is just such a fun film to rewatch because there's so much fun stuff, and it's so nice. It does have a lot of problems, but it's still fun. And one last thing I'll say for a little disappointment was the All Valley. The All Valley was pretty disappointing because Karate Kid 1, it was a huge build-up, this huge thing, and you get to that finale, the best rounds plan, he has to build up to the ranks, and oh, it's so amazing. Karate Kid Part 2, Karate Kid Part 2, he's fighting to the death, and that was just an amazing scene. And then they start doing the thing, and then it was just amazing. The huge punches, a lot of good stuff. Karate Kid Part 3 is a little different, because there's a new rule where you don't have to fight till the end, which I feel like, that's a bit weird. So I wish we would have saw more of fighting the All Valley. Now we just get like a little bit. I don't know if that was for screen time. They want to go like a little shorter. I don't know what that was for. And then even the All Valley itself, Daniel doesn't really win. Like when he wins, not this huge triumphant moment. It's not. Like Karate Kid Part 2, he beat him, and in Karate Kid Part 2, he beat him. Karate Kid 3, I don't feel like he beat him because Mike Barnes could have easily destroyed him. And he just did this like because he wants to take him to experience pain. I feel like after he beats him, it was more just like kind of a luck. It wasn't really like a triumphant beat moment because Mike Barnes is far better than Daniel. So it didn't feel that huge triumphant finale. The finale was a little nothing too big there, and that was a little disappointing because every finale is pretty good. So the finale seemed like a little halfway, and that's a little annoying, but hey, I still enjoy it. Mike Barnes screaming at Danny, your karate's a joke. Terry Silver, oh, now the real pain begins, Danny boy. And I love the scene where Mr. Miyagi tells him, it's okay to lose enemy, but you cannot lose to fear. And he says, you must stay focused. That's such a great scene, and I love that right there. And like, there's just a certain bit of scenes that I love, and there's also, but like the main plot of it seems a little weird, but hey, I still find myself to enjoy this. Karate Kid Part 3 is a really fun film. Terry Silver, Mike Barnes, I love these characters, and I cannot wait to see more Silver in season 5. And Terry Silver is actually probably my favorite Cobra Kai / Karate Kid character besides Mr. Miyagi. He's number 2. I put him right there. and Mike Barnes came out with the Steam Return Season 5. So there's my Karate Kid Part 2 review. Let me know what you guys think about this film in the comments down below. I'll be reviewing the next Karate Kid either today or tomorrow. We'll see. I'm planning to watch the film right after this. The film has its problems, but we'll get into that. It has a couple light sides, of a little really few selected light sides, not too much. But we'll find out on my reviews soon. But I'll see you guys next time. Always remember, extreme situations require extreme measures. Peace.